Okay, this is 4.5, expressing area in different systems. I just got my calculator sitting out here for when I need it. Okay, first off we have to look at this. It says hint. Use the charts inside the back cover. So if you look inside the back cover of your workbook, you're going to see a whole page of charts and formulas, okay, and you're going to need to be referring to that on a regular basis. Okay, you should have already been doing that by now, okay, for previous chapters, and you're going to need to do that for the rest of the chapters in the book. Okay, so let's do some try these. Round to the nearest tenth of a unit. So we have 175 centimeters, and we want to know how many inches that is. Okay, well, the first thing we need to know is you need to go back to the chart inside the back of your cover of your book, and you have to find the conversion ratio between centimeters and inches. Okay, well, we know that the relationship between a centimeter and an inch is that there's 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. Okay, so what we need to do is we just need to take this 175 and we need to divide that by 2.54 centimeters per inch, and that will give us a measure of 68.8976, etc. inches. We're going to round to the nearest tenth, so it's going to be 68.9 inches. 68.9 inches. Let's do number 2. 12 kilometers equals how many miles? So go to the back inside cover of your book, and you'll know that 1 kilometer is the same as 0.62 miles approximately. So we just take 12 and we multiply that by 0.62. That's how many miles are in a kilometer. And we get an answer of 7.44 miles, or 7.4 miles if we're rounding to the nearest tenth. Let's do number 3. 32 feet is equal to how many centimeters? Well, we know that our best relationship between centimeters and the imperial system is inches, so let's convert 32 feet into inches first. Okay, so we know there's 12 inches per foot, so let's take 32 feet, let's multiply that by 12 to get an answer in inches, and we get 384 inches. Okay, now that we've got 384 inches, we know there's 2.54 centimeters per inch. So if I take that answer of 384 and I multiply it again by 2.54, which is my conversion ratio, or my relationship between those units, and I get an answer of 975.36. Let's round to the nearest tenth. I get 975.4. 975.4 centimeters and 32 feet. Number 4, 15 feet is equal to how many meters? Okay, so the first thing I need to do is realize that my best relationship between meters and the imperial system is yards. Let's convert 15 feet to yards first. Okay, so I know there's 3 feet per yard, so if I have 15 feet, I divide that by 3. Okay, so 15 divided by 3. You do that in your head probably is 5. So I end up with 5 yards. And the relationship, if you go back to the inside cover of your book, is that there's 0.91 meters in 1 yard. I have 5 yards. Okay, so I multiply that by 0.91 and end up with 4.55 meters. So 15 feet is approximately 4.55. We'll round up to the nearest tenth. We'll say 4.6. Okay, 15 feet is 4.6 meters approximately. You can use these charts to change from one system to another. So let's complete the second chart below. 1 centimeter squared is equal to 0.155 square inches. You might need to use that somewhere. 1 meter squared is 10.7639 square feet. Somebody's already done the math for you and given you these conversion ratios. You can thank them. 1 kilometer squared is the same as 0.3861 square miles. Okay, so imperial, that's metric to imperial. Let's go imperial to metric. Well, 1 inch we know is 2.54 centimeters. So 1 square inch, 1 inch by 1 inch, is just 2.54 centimeters squared. So let's take our calculator and let's go 2.54. Let's square it, and I get an answer 6.4516. 6.4516 centimeters squared. So we can say 1 square inch is equivalent to 6.4516 centimeters squared. 1 foot is equal to how many meters? Well, we know that if we go to the back of our book, it's 0.31. Okay, that's in the back of your book. So 1 square foot is just 0.31 meters squared. So I can take my calculator and I can go 0.31. I can square that. And I get an answer of 0.0961. 0.0961. So I can say 1 square foot is the same as 0.0961 square meters. Okay? These might be in the back cover of your book. They might not be, but you can see how easy it is that we can make up our own conversion chart with our own units. Okay, just by following some simple conversion ratios. Okay, let's do example number 1. Antonio is designing a new auto body shop with a floor area of 40 meters squared. Each vehicle bay needs to be 38 square feet. Okay, so we know we're going from metric to imperial. How many vehicle bays can there be? Okay, well, I'll bet you we're going to have to use probably some of the conversion charts ratios from up here. Okay, probably this one right here, where 1 meter squared is the same as 10.7639 square feet. Okay, because I can see in my question we've got 40 square meters and we need to have 38 square feet per vehicle. So how many square feet are in 40 meters squared? Okay, well, we know from the above chart it's 10.7639 square feet per 1 meter squared. Okay, and that's equivalent to how many square feet for 40 meters squared. Okay, so there's 2 ways we can do this. We can just do simple cross multiplication, or we can write it out the long way like the book has it right here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the same equation and we're just going to write it below. So this is still 10.7639 square feet per 1 meter. We still need to know what it is for 40 meters squared. But if I multiply both sides, I'm not changing the equation at all, the equality at all. If I multiply both sides by 40 meters squared, put a 40 here and a 40 here. I haven't changed anything. But what that allows me to do is just to cancel out units that are the same on the top and the bottom. So that unit cancels out with that one right there. Okay? And that unit cancels out with that one right there. So to solve it, all I need to do is just take 40, and the 40 cancels out here as well. The whole thing cancels out. If you have the same thing on the top and the same thing on the bottom, they cancel each other out when you're multiplying. So how many square feet do I have? I just take 40 and I multiply it by my conversion ratio of 10.7639 square feet per meter. Okay, so let's do 40, multiply it by 10.7639. I end up with an answer of 430.556 square feet. So B, how many bays are possible? Well, we take the total area, we divide it by what we need for each bay. So we have 430.556 square feet. That's what 40 meters squared is. We divide that by 38, and that will tell us how much or how many cars we can get in there, because they require 38 square feet per car bay. So I'll take 430.556. I'll divide that by 38. And I get 11.33. But we know we can't have 0.33 of a car bay to fit a car in there. So basically, we're going to round it down to 11 bays. Okay? That's how you do that. Okay? It just requires some practice, understanding your relationship between units, how they convert, looking at your conversion charts in the back cover of the book, and then you can go ahead and do the practice.